Hey everybody, Michael here from Avesi. I've got some time in my office over the weekend, so I wanted to go over a landscape that I just saw a couple days ago. It's a fairly blank slate. It's just really a concrete pad and some grass, so the options are pretty much endless. I like to do this with cases that are unique or I think that you guys could get some value from and learn something from. So we're going to go over this little backyard design that I went over with a rain garden, a pergola, and the this disclaimer that I have to add is this is not the only solution that could be done. There's multiple ways to achieve the same thing or solve the same problem. So this is really just what I came up with using the methods that I use and framing the project from my own priorities, which are to find soft spaces throughout the landscape to absorb water, but not in a way that it's going to pose a threat to the foundation, in a way that the landscape can use it to grow plants, and we can eliminate any sort of ponding issues and put that water in the ground. So with that being said, let's get into the video. So here we have the original situation, what it looks like when I got there. And on the right hand side, you see those two kind of yellow lines. That represents where the photos that I've taken and I'm going to include, that's where they're showing from. The little blue lines represent where the homeowner was telling me that there was some ponding. The lines angling downward are just the general grade of the landscape, and you can see that everything's kind of flowing towards the house clearly. So we've got to create a low spot that isn't the house. So some sort of low spot into the landscape where we can then work to get water in the ground. So with this view, we can see everything is sloping towards the house. So clearly some regrading is needed. This patio stone sidewalk has seen better days. The downspout that's right above the rain barrel is kind of right in the middle of the back wall there. So to find a way to get that water away from the house without having to step over something is going to be the main challenge there. So that's why as we shift to the design view here, you can see that I've suggested using a pergola to bring the downspout overhead, because with the pergola you're kind of able to hide any downspouts inside the pergola so they're not visible, and you're not having to walk over anything, and you also don't have to bury anything. So having everything go overhead and away from the house is always going to be an option worth considering. And then just on the other side of that kind of knee height retaining wall, we can put a rain garden there where the downspout can just drain directly into, and it'll be a bermless rain garden. So on the upside, we eliminate any sort of berm and just allow the lawn area to flow into that rain garden. So that kind of becomes our designated low spot where water can infiltrate, and it's away from the house. So it's a win all around. Just before we finish up here, I wanted to include a cross-section elevation of the before and after. You can see in the before photo, the grade is pretty much uninterrupted, flowing from the back fence all the way to the house. Now there is a rain barrel here, but that's still the low point. So once the barrel is full, the overflow will be emptying water directly next to the house there. So the rain barrel might be offering some temporary relief, but it's definitely not a solution that's going to help protect the house from water damage, or it's not really a rainscaping feature as it is. So the after photo, you can see that the pergola is being used to direct water away from the house, overhead, and then into this rain garden that can also be receiving water from the lawn part uphill. The retaining wall there is not entirely necessary, but I do like it just as a way to have a hard surface that the grade can be built up against on either side. So that's kind of the cross-section view, the finished view. You can see the rain garden on the other side, well away from the house, receiving water from the roof and from the lawn area. So bermless, obviously, because we want to allow water in from all sides. And one last look at the before photo. You can see the rain barrel and the uninterrupted grade towards the house. So hopefully this pergola rain garden situation is just what the doctor ordered for this backyard. So there it is. That's what I came up with for this space. If you guys have any questions about my process or the elements that I included, feel free to ask away. If you guys want something like this for your own place, send me a DM and we can get started. Thanks, guys.